Napa. Petaluma won 27-13. Rancho Cotati, off to a pretty good start this year, lost to Hillsburg 18-14, but they're much improved, so they may be a factor in the North Bay League race. And in a big game that some people may not even know about in the North Bay, the Palma Chieftains lost 31-28. And that loss was their first loss in 36 years. What's relevant about that was they were threatening to break Cardinal Newman's state winning streak record of 47 wins in a row. They hadn't lost a game in 48 attempts, but they did have a tie thrown in there back at 36. So Cardinal Newman still has the state's longest winning streak at 47 as Palma loses 31-28. Here it is 31-10 at halftime. And Sonoma State will hopefully have regrouped a little bit defensively. That's going to be the key. They've moved the ball pretty well at times, Anthony, but they have not been able to shut down St. Mary's offensively.
Yeah, Dave, and a big key also is that St. Mary's is currently a +4 in the turnover ratio in 2 games. So when you turn the ball over to them, they make you pay. So it's important that Sonoma State does a good job when they come out and not give up the football, because St. Mary's, you know, they're going to be stripping and going for it, and Sonoma State needs to come out with a sustained drive in this third quarter.
So the Cossacks will start off with the football here in the second half. St. Mary's is anxious to go. They've already got the ball teed up, and the Cossacks are just now coming out of the locker room. So Coach Scalercio perhaps taking a little bit of extra time to prepare his defense for this second half of play. We'll see if we see some new things out of them.
Yeah. I would think so. I would think he really gave him an earful in there, because he doesn't want to come out and just get blown out. You know, you're down 21. Come on, fellas, get some pride in yourself and come out and make this thing happen today.
There you see the quarterback, Les Vanderpool. He was the starter a couple of years ago as a freshman out of Montgomery High School, but he'll be the first one to tell you that he's a lot more comfortable here as a sophomore. He took a couple of years off from football, completely away from the game, and he is much better prepared to fill this role. And the Cossacks are fortunate because he's got 2 more years after this to be at the helm.
Yeah, he said football just wasn't important to him anymore and took that time off, and now he's back, a lot more mature under a good head coach. He likes the coaching staff, and he says that he likes the game of football again.
So Lepke set to kick it off here in the second half. And the second half is underway. Jefferson takes it in the end zone and drops to a knee, so the Cossacks will start at their own 20. I want to welcome a new Game of the Week sponsor to our telecast, North Bay Trucking, your winning team for repair, modifications, and painting in the North Bay. As they join the Game of the Week family here, some great businesses in our community that are helping support our efforts to bring you local sports. North Bay Truck Works, 2 doors north of Freeman Brothers on Santa Rosa Avenue. From the 20-yard line, Vanderpool hands off to Mack on the left side. Big block from Allen downfield. Mack has 1 man to beat, and he cannot get past Johnny Jenkins. The 2-single block by Larry Allen.
I'll tell you what, that's why he is an All-American, NFL prospect, all that stuff wrapped up in one. When we take a look on this replay, you are going to see a beautiful block, and right on his butt is going to be the, look at him out in front there. There he is. Look at that. That's the block on number 3, Townsend for St. Mary's. He just took all the big Larry Allen right there.
Larry Allen, 6'4", 305-pound Kodak and AP All-American. I'm sure that made offensive line coach Paul Quisenberry smile on the sidelines there. The handoff is to Hansen on the right side. He picks up 4 more yards for Sonoma State.
Number 33, Dave Hepner.
Cossacks off to a good start. Allen out in front. That was just a awesome block, putting the guy right on his butt. There you see Hansen, 5'10", 190 pounds, running hard for the Cossacks.
We saw Allen make a similar block last year in the game we televised against Portland State. And I'll tell you what, he gets matched up against a corner or even a small linebacker, and that guy's going to end up on his back. A lot of people think he may go pro. He may be drafted, not only drafted, but drafted fairly high in the NFL draft.
Yeah, he's been featured in some magazines and things. Some nice articles have been written on him. He's definitely a hot prospect in the NCAC.
Domingo Ruiz shaken up on that last play. He limps off the field. Cossacks come back to the line, 2nd and 5. Hansen, the lone back behind Vanderpool at the 26-yard line. Give off the left side. Allen with another big block. Hampton down to the 15.
Tell you what, Sonoma State has decided to go right behind the big fella, and he is doing the job. Again, on the left side of the line, there you see it with another good block, and Hanson does some fine running up in the hole.
Here's another angle. Watch for number 73, Larry Allen, as he busts open this hole. There it is right there as he kicks his man completely out of the play. Here it is, Mack for 3 yards straight up the middle.
Okay, now, Cossacks are definitely in field goal range, but you know they want to get 6 here. That'll fire up the defense as well as the offense and get this crowd into it, and then it'll be up to the Cossacks to really get it going on defense. But first, they got to get it in right here. They don't have to, but it's really important that they do.
What a lift this would be to this team if they can come back after being seemingly out of this game at 31-7. To come back and pull to within 14. Vanderpool is in trouble, gets rid of the ball somehow, and it'll be an incomplete pass.
St. Mary's wanted illegal intentional grounding. They didn't get it. The official said there's somebody there. The fake that time by Vanderpool. Here, take a look at it here. The fake didn't fool anybody. Look at St. Mary's. They're all up there saying, no, you're not handing that ball off. They're all up in the hole. Pick number 56 for St. Mary's makes the play. Dave Lummingwed makes the stop. 8-yard loss for the Cossacks.
Vanderpool, loss of 8. 3rd down and 15.
Vanderpool looking over the middle for Tyrone. He's got it. Touchdown, Sonoma State. Oh, what a throw by Vanderpool. Tyrone with a leaping catch in the end zone. And the Cossacks are back in this ballgame.
Good protection by the line. Vanderpool showing a lot of poise right over the middle. Touchdown to Tyrone.
Now going in to kick the extra point for Sonoma.
Here, take a look. Vanderpool back to pass. He does a good job of looking the other way to make St. Mary's. He's going to throw that ball to the left side and comes right back over the middle to Tyrone.
Spradling
up
to add the point after, and he misses it.
No good.
So that's got to be a bit disappointing for the Cossacks, but they'll try and rally behind that drive as they go 80 yards and score to open the second half. It's 31-16. St. Mary's will be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
The Athletic Association would like to invite everyone to attend the second annual Contact Run on October 17th in Cantina Restaurant in Santa Rosa.
This place.
At the new Burger King restaurant in Roner Park, not only do you get great service and great food at low prices, but kids can play to their heart's content in the fabulous 2-story soft play playground.
It's your way, right away. I love this place.
There's another look at the touchdown. Beautiful throw and catch for the Cossacks.
Look how Vanderpool looks to the left side and gets Tyrone coming over to the middle. Great play by the Cossacks.
Spradling kicks it off. It's a short one. Fielded by Nunez at the 15. He comes through a big hole and gets out to the 37-yard line. Taken down from behind by Julio Franco, number 37, out of Taft Junior College. Backup linebacker for the Cossacks. So now the question is, can Sonoma State make some plays defensively and stop this high-powered St. Mary's offense? No huddle. They're coming right up to the line. Cree Morris coming off a tremendous first half. 250 yards passing in just 2 quarters of football. Give us to Bonner Cunnings. Big play right there. Junior Lualamago hits Cunnings in the backfield and drops him for a loss.
Yeah, take a look. 67 along the line. He's right up inside. He'll come up, make that play for no gain. You see the big tight end in motion, tries to get a block down, but he makes a good stop on Cunnings.
For St. Mary's.
Second and 11 now for the Gales. Tuffley comes out wide to the near side. Blitz. Cossacks looking to put some pressure on him. They bat it down. Brian Verna bats that one down.
Makes it short down 11 for St. Mary's.
The drive for the Cossacks, we take a look at the replay, went 80 yards, 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
A.C. Morris with the pass knocked down by number 13, Brian Verna, 6'2", 235, defensive play.
Third down play right here for St. Mary's. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
It's a big play right here, Dave. 3rd and 11, big play.
Morris to throw. He's got pressure from the outside, and he's dropped for a loss. Bob Abbott nails it for a loss with some help from Gerald Harvey, the strong safety. And Sonoma State comes out of the locker room fired up here in the second half.
Okay, now Harvey, watch Harvey come strong from the outside. You see Harvey to the left of your screen. He's going to come up. Morris sees him and tries to get back. And then 16 comes up and makes the play. Bob Abbott.
Cutting for St. Mary's is...
Lepke to kick. Cossacks going for the block. They don't quite get there. Flags down all over the place. And a nice return for the Cossacks, John Costerbatter, number 46.
He does a good job of holding on to that ball to make sure he doesn't fumble. That's important now. Good job of holding on to that football.
Still waiting for the call, and it will go against Sonoma State.
Take a look and see if we can see what the penalty is on the Cossacks here. Good pressure on the punt. The penalty flag was thrown way back where the receivers are for the ball, so I don't really know. Haven't got a signal yet from the officials.
Cossacks may have had too many men on the field. That may have been the call. And St. Mary's is going to kick again. It's a big penalty. They're marching 15 yards.
On the field on Sonoma.
And it's going to make it about 4th and 5. So St. Mary's looks to pick up quite a bit of field out of this.
A 4th down situation. And the Gales
which will make things a little bit easier for them defensively. So Lepke will try and kick it again. Costerbatter back deep inside his own 10. And he gets it out to the 15, avoids one tackler, and gets out to the 25. A 15-yard return. Taken down by Darren Brown of the Gales. So St. Mary's will start deep in their own territory again.
He does a good job that time getting up the line on the run back and doing a good job of holding on to the football.
John Costin made her on the run.
So Vanderpool, after engineering a great 80-yard drive to start off the half, has the ball in his hands again here with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cossacks trail it by 15, 31-16. Tyrone upended after a short gain. Nice hit by Eddie Ford.
A dangerous pass there, real dangerous pass. But Tyrone showing some heart going up to get it. Now Sonoma State throwing that little short hitch pass to the outside, maybe trying to set St. Mary's up for the deep bomb there.
Tyrone has great concentration. Even when he's going to get hit and he knows it's going to hurt, he hangs on to the football.
That's what you got to have as a receiver. You got to be willing to go up and get it if you have to.
Vanderpool in a little bit of trouble. Looking to throw, dumps it off to the tight end, in and out of the hands of number 87, Ben Weeks.
The intended receiver, number 87, Ben Weeks.
Here's another look.
Hey, look at Weeks. He's standing there wide open. And he just can't hold on to the football. Standing right in front of Vanderpool, wide open, and he just could not hang on. Big third down coming up for the Cossacks.
They need to get to about the 35-yard line for the first down. Vanderpool to throw, has some time, throws it across the Cyrone, in and out of his hands. Would have had the first down, but the throw was a little bit low, and Marquez couldn't quite hang on. The Cossacks will punt.
Well, the throw was low because Vanderpool had to throw back across his body, and that's kind of hard for any quarterback to do. He couldn't get his feet set to throw that thing because he was on the run because of good pressure up the middle by the Gales.
Back to receive for St. Mary's. Number 3.
Ken Miller to kick. He had a 40-yard punt on his only other effort of the day. Nice snap. End-over-end kick that will bounce in front of Lavelle Townsend and be downed by the Cossacks at the 36-yard line. So it's again up to the defense here for Sonoma State. A lot of time left in this football game. 31-16 the score, and some flags going down as we have a little extracurricular activity down on the field. Jose Perez for St. Mary's still doing some talking. Not sure who is involved for Sonoma State. And it's unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's going to go against the Cossacks. Not what they needed in this situation, Anthony.
Well, Sonoma State they've been known for that. They've gotten those kind of penalties a lot in the past years. They've been known for getting a little hyper and getting in the face of their defenders, of the other team, rather. I'm sorry.
For St. Mary's.
So this will give St. Mary's great field position at the Sonoma State 48-yard line. See if Cree Morris can take advantage of that. Cossacks cannot afford to give up too much here in this quarter. They want to have a run at this football game in the fourth. Cunnings, second man through, stuffed again at the line. Cossacks look to be a different team on defense here in the second half. Anthony Polk on the scene and made the stop.
Polk's out there. He's excited. He's trying to get that defense excited, trying to get the fans excited here. And, you know, David, it appears to me that the Gales are getting kind of complacent with the lead that they have. They're coming out. They don't look like they, want to keep going after Sonoma State, running the ball or short little runs. Maybe they're trying to play possum here.
Morris pitches to Cunnings, looking for some blocking on the outside. And a good job by Sonoma State again as Gerald Harvey drives him out of bounds after a short gain.
See, again, that's coming to the outside out of the I formation to the left. And I don't really know why St. Mary's isn't keeping their thing going here. They bring in 2 more receivers, so now they're probably put the ball in the air. But this time now, Sonoma State's expecting it, so they come with the pressure. They can see the pitch out and 3 or 4 Sonoma State jerseys over there to make that play.
Damon Soros was really the man that kept him from turning the corner, number 68 for the Cossacks. Now a passing situation, 3rd and 8 for St. Mary's. Cree Morris with 5 receivers out in the pattern. Cossacks show blitz, now drop off. Harvey does put some pressure on, but the pass is complete to Waters, his 6th catch of the afternoon, and it will be very close to another first down. I believe he got it.
First down.
Yes.
Harvey got to the quarterback here. Take a look. Morris back to pass, keeping an eye on everything, and you see right there Harvey gets there just a little late, and Tracy Green for the Cossacks can't quite keep the guy from getting the first down.
11th first down of the afternoon now for St. Mary's. They're at the Cossack 37-yard line. Mike Jones now in at fullback for the Gales. Fake draw, penalty marker down. Throw over the middle, complete to Waters, taken down after a big game by Tracy Green. But we'll have to wait and see what this call was. It's a 27-yard pickup for St. Mary's if the play stands.
Well, it's in the holding area.
Waiting for the call.
Illegal procedure, that goes against the Gales. So one way or another, it's going to erase the play. Let's see if we can pick it up.
It looked like the lineman might have moved a little early there, number 68. Mike Garman for St. Mary's. Looked like he might have popped up out of his stands just a little early.
So now it'll be 1st and 15 for the Gales. Cossacks trying to give themselves a chance to get back in this football game. They trail it by 15. A lot of time to go. 8 minutes and 16 in the third period. Morris to throw again. He's got the tight end out in the flat, and he breaks a tackle and picks up a first down. 17 yards on the play.
Number 85, Rick Harris.
Rick Harris with his second catch of the day, and the Gales begin to march down the field.
Take a look again. Morris faking a little draw play, not much of a fake. And Morris just over the outstretched hands of the Cossack defenders. And there you see the big tight end. Watch him run over number 46. Boom, right there. Just run him right over.
Morris picking up where he left off in the first half. Now 2 for 2 in the second half. 14 of 19 on the day. Completing over 70% of his passes here in this football game. Give us to Jones up the middle, nothing doing. First man was Moraga, who held on with his left arm and managed to pick up some help from Soros, enough to bring down Jones after a short gain.
Yeah, once he got there and held him up, all his fellow teammates came over and helped him out on the stop. The Gales are putting together a nice little time-consuming drive here. Clock ticking down, 7:37 remaining in the third quarter. Cossack defense being called on to make some sort of big defensive play to get that ball back.
They have not created a turnover yet today. And St. Mary's has not been giving up many turnovers this year at all. No interceptions on the season so far for Crean Morris. This ball is complete, and a touchdown to Waters. Terrific job of Waters, not only to catch the ball, but to get in the corner of the end zone. A 25-yard touchdown pass from Morris. And St. Mary's goes back on top by 20.
Yeah, like I said, they were playing possum, just trying to run that ball just a little bit. This is an explosive offense. Take a look. Morris back to pass, sets up in the pocket, gets a little pressure, throws, and watch. You only have to have 1 foot in college football, and it is a touchdown for St. Mary's.
It's actually a 21-point lead right now, 37-16. Australia trying to add the point after to make it a 22-point lead. And he will not get this one off. Both teams failing to convert extra points here in this half. That's actually a big break for Sonoma State. With 7:12 to go in the third quarter, it's 37-16.
St. Mary's 37, Sonoma State 13.
Tired of the same old boring pizza? Old Hat. Try something fresh and new. Straw Hat! Buy one, get one free. Old Hat. Terrific Straw Hat 2-for-1 specials. Straw Hat! Seafood gourmet delight. Old Hat. Gourmet lemon pepper chicken. Straw Hat! Tropical oil surprise. Old Hat. Now this is Hawaiian.
Straw Hat! Old Hat, Old Hat. Straw Hat!
Salads, pasta, and more. Takeout, free delivery, outdoor dining.
You're watching TNT Channel 21, a service of Post-Newsweek Cable in Santa Rosa.
So Sonoma State has another 21-point lead to try and catch up on here against St. Mary's as the Gales come back and put some points on the board. The kick goes to the short man again. This is James Moore, who has his second kickoff return of the day, and he gets it out to the 27.
Cossacks had Bradley back there to receive a kickoff, just in case that ball came deep, to try to get him to run it up there. 7:03 remaining now. Sonoma State, again, needs a nice sustained drive to try to move that thing down the field to get something on that board.
A reminder, UAA members, that we will be having our post-game reception following today's
Here you see Frank Scalerio talking things over with James Moore after that return. He's got to be a little bit more pleased with the way the Cossacks have come out here in the second half and played, although they did give up the touchdown on that last drive to St. Mary's. Hansen with nothing doing off the left side. Nice defensive play by Peter Bechtel, the leading tackler for St. Mary's.
And again, looking for Sonoma State to put it in the air. They're doing the same kind of thing, run one play and then see what will happen on that. They're going to have to put that thing in the air and get it down the field. And, of course, St. Mary's knows that, and they're going to play their defense accordingly.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Cossacks.
Donnell Ragsdale now in the game for Sonoma State, comes out wide to the near side. Cossacks sends Steve Pope in motion, number 47, pitch out to Hansen. He gets a nice block on the outside, cuts it in, and gets up to the 34-yard line, about 3 yards short of the first down after a gain of 8.
Sonoma State sticking to the ground game. Again, not showing any panic, just keeping to what they normally would do. There's Vanderpool on the line with the straight pitch out to Hansen. And there you see all the St. Mary's players. Number 52, Bechtel, the leading tackler for the Gales, in on the stop.
Third and a long 3 here for Sonoma State. Give it straight up the middle to Bradley, and he will not get the first down. Nice defense this time for St. Mary's. Bechtel's there, as you can expect, along with some help from Lavelle Townsend.
Bradley, the ball carrier.
Scoring drive for St. Mary's was 48 yards, 2 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock, capped by the 24-yard touchdown pass from Morris to Waters.
I don't understand what Sonoma State did there. They're going to go for it here. It was 3rd and 3, and they ran that play, and the Gales were just waiting on it. Now it's going to be 4th and 2.
And Sonoma State
crowd getting a little bit involved here. Give us to Mack, and I do not believe he got the first down. Great job by St. Mary's defensively.
Vanderpool says we got it. The Gales say you don't got it. Now let's see what the officials say. No signal as of yet.
Timeout on the field. Officials timeout.
Officials are going to measure this one.
Boy, this is going to be close. Don't understand the previous play. 3rd and 3, and they tried to run that ball over the right side and didn't get anything. Then they had to come back 4th and 2 and basically ran the same thing, and the Gales were right there. And I don't think Mack made it. I don't think he made it. From here, it didn't look like he did.
No, it is short by about 5 inches. And St. Mary's will take over at Sonoma State 37. Here's another look.
Here comes Mack right there. Gets hit initially by Dave Limiquet, and he did a good job stopping him from getting up to the line. Good defensive effort by the Gales.
Give straight up the middle to Jones. Jones gets through for about 4 yards. Jones has only carried the ball 6 times so far today. Now has 14 yards in the ball game.
That hurry-up offense we saw earlier from the Gales is not happening right now. They're just taking their time, running this clock down. 4:27 remaining. They're just taking their time, running the clock down, and making Sonoma State have to come after them.
A little bit of confusion. Morris pulled out a little bit early. It's not his normal center in the ball game. Dan Lynch, normally the left guard, has moved into the center position, and that time there was just a little bit of confusion.
Dead ball. Illegal motion against St. Mary's.
Adam Mullum, the normal center for St. Mary's, went out with an injury in the first half, so that's bound to happen. You have a new guy doing the snapping right there, and so now it's going to be 2nd and long.
2nd and 12
About 12 yards to go for St. Mary's.
Well, St. Mary's has done the job, coming right back against the Cossacks and scoring when the Cossacks were trying to wake everything up here.
Morris to throw on second down. Toughly takes it on an inside screen and gets down to about the 35-yard line. Pickup of only 4 yards, so a pretty good job defensively. Calvin McGee was in on the stop.
Yeah, good job of stopping the play. Not much, just a you can call this a screen to the outside. He sets up real nice and throws that right into the receiver who came across the middle after everybody was gone. And there you see McGee take him down.
So 3rd and 8 now for St. Mary's. Cossacks digging in defensively. They need to get down to the 27 for the first down. Fake draw, look out, pressure from the outside, and down goes Morris. Tamikis Peoples was the man who got to him first and dropped him for the loss. Got a little bit of help from Ron Archer.
Here we'll take a look. He never saw it coming from the backside. Never saw him, and he came in and makes a good play for the Cossacks. And there you see 44 Archer also in on the stop.
Vince Legaspi was also there. So now Lepke will punt. Cossacks putting a lot of people up at the line. Of course, this is where they had too many men on the field. Last time, it cost themselves a lot of field position. And I'm counting 12 right now.
Going to be going after the punter.
Timeout taken now on the field as the Gales allow the time to expire. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Just trying to chew up as much clock as they can right here in this football game. They lead it by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they know the Cossack offense is capable of coming back, so they're going to take as much time off as they can.
Kostenbatter drops back deep for Sonoma State. Standing at about his own 14-yard line. High kick. Heading for the left sidelines. Kostenbatter lets it bounce and then catches it. He called for a fair catch, and it's going to be Sonoma State ball at the 16. That was a pretty good job by Kostenbatter, because that ball looks like it was headed for a nice roll inside the 10.
Also kind of dangerous, too. If he misses that thing and muffs it, St. Mary's players are right there on top of it. So, you know, here, take a look. Now, he calls a fair catch right there, and then the ball's going to bounce. And he still's going to make the catch. And down it. Boy, that's crucial. He could have missed that thing, and St. Mary's would have been all over it. He's back there all by himself.
So now Frank Scolarcio and his Cossacks will have to put something together as we approach the turning point of the end of the ball game, nearing the end of the 3rd. Vanderpool throwing to the outside, incomplete. Intended for Steve Pope, number 47.
Sonoma State has to play there. Looks like they have 5 defensive backs back there, so you know the short routes are going to be open. They're going to have to do something to try to either spring somebody or get that thing ran up inside somewhere.
Freddie Brown comes out wide to the near side. Marcus Tyrone drops into the slot for Sonoma State. Vanderpool rolling right, looking over the middle for Freddie Brown, and he's got it at the 24-yard line, a couple yards short of the first down. Pick up a 7 for Sonoma State.
Good catch by Brown. Had to come back a little bit to get that ball. Nice job of getting it to him by Vanderpool. Here we'll take a look. Vanderpool takes a straight drop back. Good protection up front.
7 yards on the
Rolls
play.
out. There's another block there. And you'll see Brown come back and make that catch.
Pretty good defense that time by Scott Evers, number 23. The Gales. Here's another look.
There's a rollout. He looked like straight back at first, and then he rolled down. That pass was almost intercepted by Scott Evers. He was right there to make the catch if Freddie Brown didn't make it.
And also, Cossack fans, don't forget, following the game.
So timeout on the field here with 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Cossacks. This is going to be another big play as Sonoma State has got to get a couple first downs and get back on a roll like they were at the beginning of the half.
Well, it's going to be a question of whether they consider it a 2-down type thing. Are they going to run the ball to get closer, then go for it, or are they going to try to get it over? Because last time on 3rd and 3, they ran a pitch to the outside, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here. The definitely running out of time. There's a minute 17 left in the third, and they've got the fourth quarter, and they're going to have to come up with something. I imagine on defense they're going to have to start doing some gambling as well.
So Vanderpool brings them up to the line. And he's got a little pressure from the backside, gets out of it, finds Tyrone on the far sideline for the first down. Tyrone gets out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Knocked out there by Eddie Ford. But a nice 15-yard pickup for the Cossacks and their 11th first down of the day.
Good play by Tyrone to keep going forward as he was making those fakes there. Here, take a look. Vanderpool back to pass. So Vanderpool does a good job of looking at receivers and then throwing somewhere else.
Tyrone now with 6 catches, 79 yards for Sonoma State. He's having another big day with 1:08 to go here in the third. Movement all over the place. Question is, did the Cossacks draw the Gales off sides?
Dead ball. Motion against the Cossacks.
Speaking of Tyrone, the penalty is motion against Sonoma State. That'll cost him 5 yards. Tyrone had 6 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown against Weber State, and he also recovered a fumble in the end zone in the first quarter. So he's done a good job thus far for the Cossacks.
So 1st and 15 now for Sonoma State as that one costs him 5 yards. Vanderpool swings it out to Hansen at the 30. Hansen looking to get some more yardage, and does, all the way up to about the 38-yard line. Pick up a 5.
Good extra effort by Hansen that time, squirming as much as he can to get as much yardage as he can. That play is going to be open because there is a penalty marker on the field as well. That play is going to be open because they're taking away the stuff away. And the penalty is against Sonoma State. Once again, it's going to be illegal motion. So Sonoma State not doing a good job here of keeping things going. They get a good gain, and then all of a sudden there's a penalty happening.
Call is illegal motion against
You see the
Sonoma.
official telling you the penalty was illegal motion, costing Sonoma State another 5 yards.
So 1st and 20 now for Sonoma State.
First down and 20 for Sonoma.
Vanderpool looking over the defense. They need a big play right here to get out of the hole. Tyrone has it at the 40, cuts back in at the 45. Pickup of 15.
And is caught by number 3, Marcus Tyrone.
Bell Townsend on a stop for the Gales. That was a good pass. Again, coming over the middle. Take a look. There you see the good pass right there to Tyrone. He makes the play and then tries to get as much yardage as he can before Lavelle Thompson comes up. Townsend rather comes up and makes a stop on it.
Get the snap off! Get the snap off!
Vanderpool to throw again. This time he's flushed out. He's going to try to run for the first down, and he has it at the 49 of St. Mary's. Good decision that time by Vanderpool as he picks up 4 yards and a Cossack first down.
Right there at the end, he put that ball out there to make sure he got at least 1 more yard to get the first down. Take a look at him. There you see him stick that thing out there. First down for the Cossack.
And at the end of the third quarter, 37-16 in favor.
Third period comes to an end here with the score 37-16 St. Mary's. We'll turn the page, head for the 4th and final period here at Cossack Stadium after this timeout.
North Bay Truck Works is a family-owned local business that can serve all your truck modification needs, making your business run more efficiently and safer. North Bay Truck Works supplies Sonoma County businesses like Bidoff Chevrolet with dump bodies, service bodies, and vans. It also maintains the fleet at Empire Waste and McPhail Supply. North Bay Truck Works can also double the fuel capacity of your van, RV, or truck. North Bay Truck Works, your winning team for truck modifications, repairs, and painting. 2 doors north of Friedman Brothers.
So the Cossacks will start the fourth period just inside St. Mary's territory. Vanderpool to throw, looking deep down the middle, picked off. Lavelle Townsend has it for St. Mary's. A big defensive play by the Gales, and that one really hurts.
Penalties on the field. Might be unsportsmanlike against the Gales, and he probably had a right to be upset because his face mask was grabbed, and I didn't see a flag thrown on that one, but that was just not a good pass by Vanderpool. He threw that right into the heart of the defense on that side, and they were just standing there ready to pick it off. Take a look, Vanderpool back to pass, and he throws, and that pass is underthrown and right to Waters for the interception. Correction, that is Townsend again.
Personal foul. Sonoma State.
The personal foul is going to be marched off against the Cossacks. There you see another angle on the pickoff. Sitting back playing center field was Townsend.
Personal foul against St. Mary's.
Excuse me, the call went against St. Mary's, so marches them back 15 yards. Here you see the face mask right here. This is why Townsend was upset. As you see, his helmet nearly turned completely around. Officials missed that, but they caught Townsend arguing a little bit about the call, or non-call as it was. Cunnings off the left side, penalty marker down. He's dropped on a nice hit from behind by Jason Butler. And this is a hold against St. Mary's.
That was a great shot of the face mask by our guys in the truck that time. That was, you saw that blatant face mask, and the officials didn't call that. So that was a good shot by our guys to let you know that we did see it.
Holding St. Mary's.
It's hard to put one over on the PNC crew.
Well, something's happening for Sonoma State here. Gales losing some yardage on penalties. Penalty against them that time was for holding. Boy, I tell you, Sonoma State looks right now like, hey, let's just get this one over with. They, no fire in it right now.
1st and 21 for St. Mary's. Cree Morris to throw deep. He's got a man wide open, but just misses him. Blake Tuffley was the intended receiver.
Tracy Green on the defense. Tracy Green got turned all the way around as Tuffley came inside and then went back to the outside, and Green was definitely beating the pass, just a little overthrown that time by Morris. There you see him set up, throw it to the outside, and right now he's turning Green around and wasn't able to recover to get back to the play.
Morris now 4 of 5 here in the second half.
Cossacks can hold him here. They'll have a shot at some good field position.
Showing blitz. Morris rolls out of it. He's still got some heat, however. Throws back across his body, complete to Tuffley at the 36. Tremendous throw on the run by Cree Morris.
Boy, I'll tell you, Morris and Tuffley are on like a telepathic type thing. It appears that whenever Morris gets in trouble, he knows where to find Tuffley. Tuffley had a game, he had a career high 6 passes for 98 yards in his last game, so that was a career high for him. There you see, look at him, he's looking right now, looking all for Tuffley there. And you see Tuffley come up with a nice catch on the play. Tough job right there for the defense, who had the quarterback, you know, trying to get away from some pressure, but couldn't hang on.
Pass is complete. Football comes loose. Incomplete. Nice hit by Anthony Polk that time to jar that one out of the hands of Yo Yamamoto. And it'll be 4th down, and St. Mary's will have to kick.
Good job by Polk. He comes up waving his hand saying, no, 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 Mr. Official. He did not make it.
Back to receive number 46, Perkins.
Paul Perkins back to receive it, and he takes it at the 30, squirts up to the 40-yard line where he's dropped. Back on coverage was Torrey Gordon. One with Chan Weisberg.
Yeah, Weisberg also in on the stop there.
So Perkins sets Sonoma State up with pretty good field position here. But time is not in favor of Sonoma State right now with 13-14 to go in this one. You need a couple of quick scores.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but you got to take some quick strikes at it.
Vanderpool flushed out, dumps it off to the tight end Weeks, and he picks up 7 yards. Third catch of the day for Weeks. Vanderpool helped off the turf by Hansen. Here it is again.
They see Vanderpool step up to get away from the rush, and Weeks come over the middle to get that pass. Stopped by Sturdivant for the Gales.
Vanderpool to Tyrone, first down, out of bounds at the 37, stop the clock.
Tyrone could have turned that thing up the field a little more. You saw him take his steps on the sideline, not really realizing where he is. Take a look at it. Here comes Vanderpool with the throw. Now watch Tyrone. He'll look and he'll see he has like 2 more yards from himself in the sideline. He could have turned that up for a couple of more yards there.
Tyrone now with 8 catches on the day, having a nice afternoon. Blitz on for St. Mary's. Vanderpool throws in and out of the hands of Anthony Jefferson. Nice defense by Johnny Jenkins as he was right there to knock it away from Anthony Jefferson.
I tell you what, Jenkins saved a touchdown. Watch this pass here. Take a look. Vanderpool rolling to his right, getting a little pressure from the backside. Now watch Jenkins here. He's going to break this pass up, and he's got nothing but green in the back of him. That's a great play by Jenkins to break that up. You see Anthony Jefferson really upset because he knows that's a touchdown if he catches it.
Vanderpool has Tyrone over the middle. Catch number 9 for Marcus Tyrone. A pickup of 17 yards and another Sonoma State first down.
Take a look at the replay. There's a penalty flag down. Vanderpool going back to pass. And again, Tyrone will just go and sit down in the middle of a couple of St. Mary's players. There you see him right there sitting down right there in the middle.
Against Sonoma, offsetting penalty.
Offsetting penalties on the field. Question is, was it after the play? And I believe that's going to be the case because they are moving the chains. So a 17-yard pickup for Tyrone, a first down for Sonoma State at the 20. The Cossacks are in business here in the fourth period with 12-14 to go.
Boy, Sonoma State cannot let this opportunity get away. They've got to get something out of this here.
Vanderpool to throw, steps up in the pocket looking for Tyrone. Ball's underthrown. Tyrone leaps up and is interfered with. It'll be first and goal, Sonoma State.
Tell you what, Tyrone was going to catch that for a touchdown, and the St. Mary's guy had no choice but he grabbed him by the back of the jersey. He had no choice. He was beat. Tyrone was ready to go up after that thing. Take a look. Vanderpool throws it up in the air. Look at Tyrone. He's wide open, ready to go, and that's all that he could do. Nunez was in on the defense, and he was the one that got called for the interference.
Here's another look at the play from the end zone. You see Vanderpool's throw is going to be just a little bit short.
And Tyrone will set himself up. Look at that. You got a good shot at Nunez right there, grabbing him by the shirt. And look at Tyrone. He's saying, yep, I know he did it. Fisher was right there on top of it as well.
Here it is from the point of the infraction. Once again, you see no doubt about that. From the back.
Yeah, Tyrone was going to catch that ball.
So Juan Nunez flagged for the interference. Vanderpool trying to get the Cossacks into the end zone, and he is sacked for a big loss.
Now this is one.
T.J. Summers in on the play.
Excuse me, Dave.
Along with Dave Lumaquid.
Excuse me, Dave. This is one of those times where looking away from where he wants to throw the ball might have hurt him that time, because when he looked back to where he wanted to throw it, look, take a look, his head is turned to the right. Now watch when he turns left. Nothing but white shirts in on him, and he says, oh my goodness, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss.
Cossacks now face second and goal from the 15 after a 14-yard loss. Vanderpool looking to throw again, and his pass is incomplete. There is a penalty marker back in the backfield. Vanderpool may have been hit late by Lumaquid.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be rough in the pass, so that was really too late. Vanderpool kind of slumped over still, might be a little shook up on that one.
Waiting for the call.
Still no indication from the officials, but they are marching it. It is roughing the passer against the Gales. See it from that angle.
Yeah, the ball is already gone on that shot there. But that's an automatic first down goes with that one. Cossacks still not out of it yet. First down.
Ball spotted on the 7-yard line.
So an automatic first down. First and goal now from the 7. 15th first down of the ball game for Sonoma State. Tyrone in the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, SSU. What a day for Tyrone. 11 catches now. And that, his second touchdown of the day.
Tyrone's a tough cookie. 5'9", 175. He plays hard. He doesn't care where you throw the ball. And Vanderpool looks still a little shook up. Again, Tyrone, take a look. He doesn't care where the ball is thrown. If you throw it in a vicinity where he can get it, he will get it. There's a nice pattern run by him. Looks up, ball's right on the money.
The kick is up and good. As we take a look at the catch in the back of the end zone again by Tyrone.
Again, the pass was right there on the dime. Touchdown, Sonoma State.
37-23. Don't go away. This one is not over yet. The Cossacks trail by 2 touchdowns with 11 minutes to go.
West Side Delivery. West Side Delivery. West Side Delivery.
Boss, we gotta do something fast. The West Side pro-slice people are going crazy. They want Straw Hat Pizza delivery in West Santa Rosa.
Okay, calm down. I got an idea.
What is it? Hurry! Hurry!
Starting now, we deliver to the West Side, too.
West Side! We deliver!
Straw Hat Pizza on Yulupa Avenue now delivers to all of Santa Rosa. Call 526-4321.
Here's another look at the catch by Marcus Tyrone in the back of the end zone. A beautiful throw this time by Vanderpool.
That's a good shot right there. It gives you a chance to see. It gives you a chance to see the angle and everything on that play.
Great catch by Tyrone. Kickoff went down inside the 10, and St. Mary's was nailed at about the 20-yard line. So St. Mary's will have not the best field position of the day for them with 11:07 to go, and the Cossacks defensively have got to be fired up on this possession.
Yes, indeed. They definitely have to come out and make some sort of effort to stop these guys in their tracks. They cannot let them get a couple of first downs or anything to keep that clock going.
Handoff is to Jones up the middle, and he picks up, he actually cuts to the outside. Calvin McGee brings him down after a gain of 3. So
Jones on the carry.
Just like St. Mary's came out at the beginning of this half a little bit conservative, we may see them go to a little more conservative type attack right here and try to chew up some clock.
Yeah, because it's important to them to chew up the clock, and they need to do that. Now, St. Mary's has not scored a whole bunch of points, it looks like, in the fourth quarter, so Sonoma State really needs to get after them right here.
Morris to throw here on second down, lofting it down over the middle, and out of the hands of Rick Harris.
Pass is incomplete.
Julio Franco Franco thought he had a chance at a pick that time. The ball floated just over his hands, and Harris couldn't hang on either.
Well, it was a good pass by Morris to throw it. Here, take a look. Look at how he lost that thing right to the outside for the big tight end. He can't come up with it, and it was a good defensive effort by Franco.
So another big third down play in this ball game. St. Mary's needs 7. 10:21 to go. If the Cossacks can hold right here, they could be back in this game.
St. Mary's only averaging 3.5 points, 3.5 points in the second half, so they really need to get after it here.
Pressure from the outside. It's a screen pass set up back across the field nicely to Jones. Jones has a first down all the way up to the 45-yard line. What a tremendous call by St. Mary's head coach Mike Rasmussen.
At number 50, David Walker throws an excellent block. We'll see if we can get it here. Look at the rollout. He sells that thing perfectly. Now watch the block by number 50 right there. That's a good block to keep that guy off of his backside. And an excellent run by Mike Jones.
Down St. Mary.
22-yard gain for the first down. Jones up the middle, short gain. Picked up about 3.
Yeah, St. Mary's is definitely in a ball control mode. They'll only do something if they have to do it. You know, right now they're just chewing up time, getting about 4 or 5 yards a carry. And then if they have to, they'll try and get something else.
Bob Abbott was the first man on the scene that time for Sonoma State. Sean Holmes checks in to the defense as Damon Soros limps off the field for Sonoma State. He may be shaken up a bit.
St. Mary's in absolutely no hurry.
Toughly out wide to the near side here on 2nd and 6. Cossacks jumping a little bit right side. Sean Holmes trying to get off on the snap, and he couldn't quite hold himself back that time. Good job by Morris to mix up his cadence and draw the Cossacks off.
Well, Holmes just checked into the game. He would have been all right if he wouldn't have touched the offensive guy and just gotten back. But he kind of reached out and touched the guy, and that'll cost him. And that 5 yards may give him a first down.
Looks like they're spotting it just short, so it's going to be 2nd and about 1 for St. Mary's at the Cossack 45-yard line. Toughly again comes out wide to the near side. Jones up the middle. He's got the first down. Good job by the St. Mary's offensive line to open up that hole. It's a pickup of 5 and a big St. Mary's first down.
St. Mary's trying to go undefeated, trying to be 3-0 against all NCAC opponents. They've beaten San Francisco State, and they absolutely blew Hayward State. As you took a look at the replay right there, getting the first down is Jones. And now they're beating Sonoma State 37-23.
Mix-up on the snap count. Morris manages to dive on it. That's just what the Cossacks need right here, some kind of a turnover, but St. Mary's has done such a tremendous job this year not giving up turnovers. And Cree Morris right there reacted to the bad snap, dove on it, and St. Mary's hangs on.
They haven't given up the ball a whole lot this year. But they've scored when you turned it over to them. They've only lost 1 fumble this season, so they've done a good job.
That's their only turnover all year. 3 games, 1 turnover. That's how you win football games. Clock ticking now down under 7:30 to go in this one. Cossacks trailing by 2 scores. Pass out to Jemiah Waters in the flat, and he picks up about 6.
They play to the outside, mixing it up real well. They're sort of doing right now the way they were doing at the beginning of the game, mixing up their plays. Take a look at the pass to the outside. He just tries to get as much yardage as he can before the Sonoma State players come up and get him.
Waters has 8 catches today. He's had a nice afternoon. Morris has really spread the wealth to his receivers. He's had 5 different guys catch passes today.
Third down 5 for the Galloping
With
Gale.
most of the big ones going top.
Third, about 4 here for St. Mary's. Waters again, and he's close to another first down inside the 30. Harvey came up and made the stop, but I don't think he got there in time. And it is a first down. 15 first downs now.
Waters on the reception
for the Gales.
And one of the reasons why he got that first down, because his pattern, he ran his pattern beyond the first down marker and then came back to get it. So that was that was smart for him to do.
So Jamal Waters now with 9 catches today.
Coming into this game, St. Mary's had 47 first downs to their opponent's 21. So they've done a good job getting those first downs.
It was right up the middle. This time the Cossacks swarm. And a penalty marker goes down late.
Flag on the play.
That may be against the Cossacks.
Bob Abbott was again there defensively along with Damon Soros. And they are marching this one against Sonoma State.
Dead ball, personal foul.
So a personal foul against Sonoma State, and that was not what they needed in this situation. Clock down to 6:42. A score right here by St. Mary's would just about seal the coffin.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Galercio, he's got to be, kind of upset with his guys. You don't commit that kind of thing with this sort of time in a game that you're losing like that. You just don't do it. You got to control yourself better than that.
Morris gives it to Jones off the left side. He's got a big hole, 1 man to beat, and he just gets held short by Calvin McGee at the 2.
Jones the ball
Seems like
carrier.
he hurt himself on that one, but he's up and he's all right.
13-yard pickup, his longest carry of the day for St. Mary's. And credit that one again to the St. Mary's offensive line.
Yeah, they're doing an excellent job. There you take a look at Jones. Look at him fight for all the yards he can, trying to get that touchdown. He had 64 yards rushing against San Francisco State, and that was his career high. So he's been running the ball well for the Gales.
Backs behind Morris. First and goal at the 2. Second man through is Jones, and he's in for the touchdown. Another nice drive for St. Mary's. A 2-yard run by Mike Jones.
Well, you can tell, Dave, that St. Mary's was not coming here for a repeat of last year's game, leading by 21, then letting it get away. This time they came out, got a lead, and when Sonoma State came out and tried to fight back, they came and fought right back with them to keep their lead as it was.
Australia to add the point after. And his kick is right down the middle.
Extra point is good.
So with 6:10 to go, it's 44-23 St. Mary's, and we'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
In search of the perfect swing.
Repetition is the key. Confidence.
Hitting is timing.
Private lessons available. Teens welcome. Slow pitch softball, golf, and more. Year-round indoor facilities. The Santa Rosa batting cages. In search of the perfect swing.
Here's another look at the scoring play from up top. Nice lead block that time for St. Mary's by Bob Marcucci, fullback out of San Rafael. He was leading the way that time.
Yeah, you saw him right up there in the hole ahead of Anthony Pope for the Cossacks.
Kick is headed for Jefferson. He takes it at the 10-yard line. Coming back all the way to the near side and looking for some blocking. Not much there, however, and he will dance his way out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
For 27 for the Cossacks, James Maurer. A real good block there in the middle. He appeared to hurt himself as well, but right now he's standing there okay.
There's another look at the return.
There's Jefferson making a good catch on the ball. Come back looking for a wall to go through. And he's just got nowhere to go and goes out of bounds.
Eddie Ford did a nice job on coverage that time for St. Mary's. So Sonoma State, once again, with its backs to the wall, they trail by 21 points and just 6 minutes to go. They've come back and scored a couple times today when they've trailed by this much. Haven't been able to get over the hump, however, against the St. Mary's defense. Tyrone with a nice catch for an 8-yard pickup.
He's had a heck of a day, Tyrone. He has really had a day here. Catching almost everything that comes his way.
11 catches now.
There you see him reach out and get that one. He's done a good job catching everything pretty much that comes his way.
Hansen takes the screen pass, slips, gets to his feet, but he touched down at the 30, so it's going to be a loss of 3. That play has not been particularly effective today. Here's another look.
And we'll take a look. Vanderpool. Nice little pass out to the left. There you see the knee go down, and unlike pro football where you can get up and run, once the knee is down, you are down in college football.
They tried that play 4 times today, and only once has it resulted in positive yardage for the Cossacks. Flipped out to Hansen again, nothing doing there. 4th down.
The intended receiver.
Vanderpool wanted to throw that thing to Tyrone. He looked up there, and Tyrone was covered, so he tried to settle for Hansen, and Hansen couldn't get anything, and the Cossacks will punt it away.
The last scoring drive for St. Mary's covered 70 yards, but more importantly, ate up 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah, that's what it's all about now. It's all about chewing up the clock and getting out of here with a victory if they keep on doing the way they're doing.
Ken Miller to kick now for the Cossacks. He'll kick it away at about the 20. Nice spiral kick, a penalty marker down. And a couple of nice moves for Townsend before he's dropped at the 38.
Flag on the play.
Penalty marker went down almost immediately. And it's illegal procedure against Sonoma State.
The Cossacks on the punt.
And I believe St. Mary's will elect just to take the football.
Well, with 4:44 to play,
Illegal procedure against
kind of
the
surprised
Cossacks
that Morris is still in the game there. I would think that
St.
Mary's would think that they have this one pretty well wrapped up and not want to risk anything happening to their quarterback.
The backup, Collie Connolly, got to take quite a few snaps last week against Hayward, being that they won that one 44-0, so he got in some action there.
1st down and 10 for St. Mary's.
There you see head coach Mike Rasmussen with the headsets on here. Big hole up the middle. Look out. Tyrone Hines, the running back, squirts through for 21 yards.
It's a nice run right up the field. Good blocking up front by the Gales. They are doing an excellent job of keeping that clock going, running the football, and all Sonoma State can do is basically just watch that time tick away.
The offensive line for St. Mary's has worked hard all day. They kept the Cossacks off Morris early in the game, which established the lead. Now they're starting to get the good blocks on the running game to keep them in control. Hines again, left side. He gets about 3 yards. Penalty marker goes down.
A lot of frustration coming out in Sonoma State right now. That penalty is going to be against number 16, Bob Abbott, and I would imagine he's probably been thrown out because both of those flags, 1 or 2 of them have been against him. There's the call. And Coach Galecchio is all in his face on the sideline. Got him by the face mask and letting him know how he feels about that.
So some early season lessons being learned here by the Cossacks today at the expense of St. Mary's Gales. And the Gales are really putting it on here. They've racked up 44 points, well over 400 total yards today.
And it's Hines on the run.
And Hines takes it again for 5 yards off the left side.
5 yards of carry is pretty hard to deal with if they're going to get that much And if we don't look out, they may score again, even though they're really not trying to.
5-yard gain.
Take a look at the
play.
stop by the Cossacks on Hines. They're really not trying to score. They're just trying to control the ball. But let me tell you, as they're getting closer and closer, and they may put up 6 more.
2nd down 5.
Yamamoto in the game now for St. Mary's, comes out wide to the near side. I formation behind Cremoris. Give a straight up the middle. Football comes loose. Fumble recovery as Marcucci coughs it up.
We have a flag on the play.
And Michael Wright has it for the Cossacks, but don't go away. There's a penalty marker down.
I think this one's going to be against St. Mary's this time.
Penalties against St. Mary's.
The Cossacks finally get a big turnover, but it may be just a little too late. Here you see it again. The big hit by who else but Anthony Polk, and he knocks the ball loose from Marcucci. So Anthony Polk with a big defensive play right there. He was the NCAC Defensive Player of the Week 2 weeks ago against Weber State. So he's had another nice game here today for the Cossacks, but defense has not played up to the standards they would need to win a football game here today, as 44 points is going to be tough anytime to put up that many.
Yeah, you better believe it. And St. Mary's has done a real good job mixing it up. On defense, they've done a good job of containing. They have not given up the real big play. Tyrone, again, has had an excellent day receiving the football. He's done a good job. But Sonoma State has not gotten the big play that they're sometimes accustomed to getting. So credit St. Mary's with they get a lot of accolades for this one.
Tyrone with his 12th catch of the afternoon and another first down for Sonoma State. Vanderpool still in the ball game, trying to earn some respect here, and he's throwing it deep down the right side, just overthrown, intended for Tracy Green.
Number 47, Tracy Green.
Those 12 catches by Tyrone, I would think we probably need to check with some SSU people here, but that's got to be getting pretty close to a single game record. We'll have to go back in the history books here at Sonoma State and check that out. He's got to be getting pretty close to some sort of record there.
The record in the NCAC for receptions is 14 by Robert Price, Jim McGanna, and Tom Powell. I don't know what the SSU record is. Let's see if we can get that for you. It's 12, so that ties the record. If Tyrone can catch one more, he'll have a single-game record. And what a block by Tyrone. It breaks Anderson's penalty. So he knocked Darren Bram completely off his feet that time, and Hansen goes for 10 yards and a first down.
Boy, we're talking about the guy catching passes, and he comes back and make a block like that. Watch this block. Here he comes right there. That is a major league block. That gets him about 4 more yards. Take a look at it again. Vanderpool looking for him all the way. That's a nice block by Tyrone.
They spot it near the first down marker, and they're going to have to measure, so they'll bring the chains all the way across the field. They spot it at about the 49-yard line. Now watch the Sonoma State coaches react to the block here on the right side. Yes.
St. Mary's, correction, the Cossacks appear to be a little short of the first down. There you see number 3, Marcus Tyrone. As we just said, he does tie the single game receiving record for Sonoma State with 12.
Darren Phillips had 12 catches against San Francisco State back on October the 19th in 1985. So he's one catch short of the Sonoma State record, 3 catches short of the NCAC record. Vanderpool on the sneak has a first down. He's got enough time to do that. 2:26 to go.
Yeah, I would think that he's going to do it. They're obviously going to pass to him at least one more time, I would think. That'd be something positive to take from this.
20 first downs now on the day for Sonoma State. Tyrone is in the slot to the far side of the field. Vanderpool back to pass, looking left, and incomplete. Intended for Weeks, the tight end.
And Weeks kind of slipped on that play. May have caught that thing if his feet wouldn't have came off from under him that time. Cossacks come right back up to the line. No time to really waste here. 3 receivers to the right.
Vanderpool unofficially 20 of 31 today, so he's had a pretty good day throwing the football. And this one is thrown right into the hands of number 23, Scott Evers for St. Mary's for the interception. So Tyrone may not get a chance to break the record after all. Pass was thrown just a little bit behind Freddie Brown that time.
Well, he got in on another tackle, though, so that he may set the record for most tackles by a wide receiver in this game, or most hits by a wide receiver. He got in on that hit as well. Well, that's just how the day has gone for Sonoma State, pretty much, as you take a look at the interception. And Scott Evers trying to run that thing back. That's pretty much how it's gone. Something positive happens, and then all of a sudden, bam, the turnover. And it just goes off for naught.
Weavars with the pick puts St. Mary's back in business, and they lead it by 21 points right now. Hines up the middle for 4 more yards. He's carried the ball now 4 times today here in this period alone, and he's got 33 yards to show for it.
Wow, you know, Dave, math was my worst subject in school, but 44 points in 2 games and 27 points in 1 game. That's 115 points in 3 games for St. Mary's, and that's a lot of points. And they're not running any red gun offense or anything either. They're just doing a good job of moving that football.
That's got to make the offensive coordinator and head coach Mike Rasmussen very proud. His playing days were back in the 70s for Michigan State, where he was the quarterback there. Hines takes it off the left side, and he's got some yardage. Pickup of about 12 yards. Cree Morris very slow to get up. He was hit right as he handed the football off.
And number 68, David Soros, got in on him and got him right at the ankle as the ball was handed off.
I'm surprised they still got Morris in the ballgame at this point. About the only thing that can happen here is the guy can get hurt. All he's doing right now is handing the ball off. Get your number 2 or number 3 guy in there.
I agree all the way. There's no reason for Morris to be in there, but, you know, they may just not want to bring him out right now. I don't know why he's still in the game.
The Cossacks jumped 2 or 3 times and then finally came all the way across to get the flag.
Well, maybe we need to go through that book and find out about the most penalties in 1 game for Sonoma State. A lot of records around here today. It's been a long afternoon for the Cossacks. Really showing no ill effects of the layoff they had. They hadn't played since the 4th. So, showing no ill effects of that, and they don't look sluggish or anything, but they just have been outplayed here today.
Another handoff for St. Mary's off the left side of their offensive line, and another 4-yard gain. They continue to plow some yardage ahead. That was Hines carrying again. Well, we know the most yards penalized in a game was against the University of Idaho back on September the 7th, 1991. 197 penalty yards against the Cossacks on that day.
I don't think they're anywhere close to that. I don't think so.
That's one stat I am not trying to keep track of here today. Hines with another nice pickup through the right side. He's showing some pretty good moves and picks up about 12 more yards. He's a guy who hadn't carried the ball all day long up until the last couple of possessions, and he's approaching the 50-yard mark here in the 4th period alone.
Yeah, he's a good looking tailback, and if he's a second-string tailback, you know that the first-string guys have to be doing pretty good.
First and 10 now from the 23 as the clock ticks down. This will be The last play of the day is Hines takes it for 4 more yards off the left side. And the ball game comes to an end. St. Mary's with an impressive performance offensively today as they rack up 44 points for the second week in a row and spoil the home opener for Sonoma State and their new head coach, Frank Scolarcio. The final today here on the field, 44-23.
Very inspired football play by St. Mary's. As you stated earlier, their coach had never beaten Sonoma State, and he'd been 0-3 against them. So he turned it over to his team. They've done a good job of executing today.
So that's going to do it for the action here today as St. Mary's goes to 3-0. The Cossacks drop to 0-2. 44-23, the final score. St. Mary's wins it. We'll be back with our player of the game after this.
I love this place.